Okay, you won't believe the latest royal mess. It's like a soap opera, except with actual billionaires and a whole lot of potentially illegal recordings. We all thought Prince Harry and Meghan Markle were just trying to escape the clutches of the royal family, right? Turns out, maybe they were simply trading one set of puppet strings for another. And this time, the puppeteer is Tyler Perry. Think about it. They leave England practically overnight, claiming they're broke and under relentless attack from the press. Then, suddenly, who swoops in like a knight in shining armor? Tyler Perry, private jet, massive Beverly Hills mansion, full security detail, the whole 9 yards. Meghan Markle was calling him her protector, her rock. It sounded like the beginning of a beautiful, albeit unlikely, friendship. But in Hollywood, nothing is ever that simple, is it? Here's the thing about Tyler Perry. He didn't become a billionaire by being naive. He's a shrewd businessman, and he knows that loyalty in Hollywood is about as reliable as the weather. So he documents everything, every phone call, every meeting, every tearful conversation. He calls it his vault, and apparently it's filled with enough dirt to bury half of Hollywood. Now, when Prince Harry and Meghan Markle moved into Tyler Perry's mansion, they signed a residency agreement. Sounds normal, right? But buried in the fine print was a clause that essentially said, if you ever try to pretend I didn't help you, I'm unleashing the Kraken. Okay, maybe not in those exact words, but the gist was clear. If they ever publicly disavowed him, he had the right to release information to protect his reputation. And that's where things start to get very interesting. And guess what? That's exactly what happened. Fast forward a few years. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are living the California dream, signing multi-million-dollar deals and building their brand around being authentic and vulnerable. But then Tyler Perry's studio gets hit with a massive lawsuit, along with allegations of workplace issues and bullying. His reputation takes a hit, and suddenly Meghan Markle's PR team decides Tyler Perry is a liability. They begin quietly erasing him from their story. Photos disappear. Mentions are scrubbed from articles. Even Tyler Perry's Wikipedia page gets a full-on lobotomy. And this is where things get interesting. Remember that clause in the residency agreement? By trying to erase Tyler Perry from their narrative, they triggered it. And Perry, being the meticulous guy he is, reportedly just sat back and said, they signed for this. Then the first audio leak dropped. 58 seconds of what sounded like Meghan Markle and Prince Harry strategizing about how to use the Diana card without looking like they were manufacturing grief, Harry chiming in that Netflix didn't want them crying too much. It was enough to make people seriously question the authenticity of their entire narrative. Were those tearful interviews and documentaries just carefully crafted performances? A week later, another clip surfaced. This time, Prince Harry could be heard pacing in the background, talking about how they needed to balance looking polished with leaning into pain without seeming manipulative. Then Meghan Markle says, then we show the garden scenes. Calm, grounded, real. Nothing too emotional until the third act. The third act. That's when people realized this wasn't just a couple sharing their truth. It was a calculated performance. Meanwhile, Tyler Perry stayed silent. No denials. No confirmations. Just letting the world connect the dots. And that's when you could feel it. The real drama was just about to begin. And then it got even crazier. Turns out, the audio leaks were only the opening act. Prince Harry wasn't playing around. He had an entire strategic repositioning plan. An actual document, people, a multi-page file titled, wait for it, Strategic Repositioning Plan. The audacity. According to sources, this document was drawn up just 3 weeks after Prince Harry and Meghan Markle moved into Tyler Perry's mansion. And suddenly, everything made a lot more sense. It wasn't just some casual diary entry. It was a blueprint, complete with timelines, talking points, rebranding goals, media phases, the whole shebang. Phase 1. The Oprah Winfrey interview. Phase 2. The Netflix docuseries. Phase 3. A lifestyle empire built on authenticity and heartbreak. I mean, come on. And at the bottom? 2 signatures, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, as if they were fully committed to this thing. That document basically proved their entire Speaking Our Truth saga was a carefully orchestrated rollout, a business plan designed to rebuild their image, monetize their pain, and control the narrative. It was organized, polished, and absolutely devastating to their credibility. People thought they left the palace to find freedom, right? Turns out, maybe they just left to form their own institution, their own little monarchy of manufactured authenticity. This wasn't a fairy tale. It was strategy, complete with lighting, music, and a full-blown marketing budget. After the document leaked, sources say Prince Harry went completely off the rails, pacing hallways at 3 a.m. replaying the recordings on loop. He wasn't angry, he was hollow. Like he'd finally realized the whole thing was a sham. Insiders say his calls with Meghan Markle became short and sharp. The partnership that once looked like rebellion now sounded like pure exhaustion. He allegedly told one friend, "I realized it was over." Not the story, everything. And then he did the unthinkable. He called London. Not Netflix. Not Spotify. Not his American PR team. He called his father's office. Whispers say it was a quiet reach out, no formal request, no fanfare, just a message that said everything without saying much. "I'm not okay." Within 48 hours, a private jet lifted off from a small airport north of Los Angeles. No photographers. No entourage. No Meghan Markle. The prince who once ran from the palace was heading straight back to it. Can you imagine the look on Queen Elizabeth II's face if she were still alive? And while Prince Harry disappeared into the fog, Meghan Markle's empire began to crumble in real time. Her new lifestyle brand, the one meant to be her grand reinvention, flopped harder than anyone expected. Comment sections turned hostile. Former allies went quiet. Magazines that once gave her glowing features suddenly started passing on her pitches. And just like that, the illusion started to crack. Behind the scenes, partnerships that had been in the works were quietly canceled. Executives didn't want scripted authenticity tied to their logos. The irony was brutal, wasn't it? The woman who built an empire on storytelling lost it the moment the story was exposed as scripted. Meanwhile, Tyler Perry was thriving. That massive lawsuit Meghan Markle's team once used to justify cutting ties? It quietly settled. Tyler Perry's reputation bounced back, stronger than ever. He didn't go on talk shows. He didn't issue statements. He didn't brag. He simply let the receipts speak for themselves. Calm, composed, untouched. The man everyone tried to erase turned out to be the one holding the entire script. And the rumor is that vault of his still isn't empty. Now picture this. The English countryside, dark, foggy, just before sunrise. A black car pulls up to an old stone estate. The door opens and Prince Harry steps out. No cameras. No guards. Just silence. For the first time in years, he isn't running from the crown. He's walking toward it. Sources whisper he's staying somewhere quiet, surrounded by a small circle of trusted royal allies. He's not plotting a comeback tour. He's trying to breathe, to think, to finally stop performing. Because somewhere between California's blinding lights and London's cold dawn, Prince Harry realized something deeper than any tabloid headline. He didn't escape the institution, he only changed it. He went from palace management to media management. From scripted duty to scripted freedom. Different crown. Same control. That midnight flight wasn't about retreat. It was about clarity. The fairy tale was never freedom. The cameras never stopped rolling. The script just changed hands. Now the world waits, wondering whether this is the end of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's story, or the beginning of two separate ones. Because if Tyler Perry still holds what people say he holds, more audio, more drafts, more proof, then the vault isn't closed. It's ticking. And when those next files drop, it won't just shake Hollywood or the monarchy. It'll rewrite every tearful headline we ever believed. For now, the prince is quiet. The mogul is calm. And the duchess is vanishing from the front pages. But make no mistake, the story isn't over. It's just paused, waiting for the next act to begin. He thought he escaped the crown. But maybe the crown was never the cage. The lie was. And now you've got to wonder what's next. Prince Harry, back in London, probably eating dry toast and staring at ancestral portraits, realizing that freedom was never about where he lived, but who was holding the pen. Meghan Markle is basically persona non grata now. Is this the end of the Sussex saga? Nah, no way. Here's the thing, even if Tyler Perry locked that vault tighter than Fort Knox, the damage is already done. The illusion has shattered. People just aren't buying the authentic and vulnerable act anymore. And in Hollywood, once the tide turns, it turns fast. I'm betting Meghan Markle still has a few moves left. She's not going down without a fight. Maybe she'll try to rebrand again. Maybe she'll go full victim of Tyler Perry's manipulation and play the sympathy card. But honestly, I don't think it'll work this time. The public has developed a real nose for nonsense. And Prince Harry, man, he's in a brutal spot. He's burned bridges with his family. He's alienated a big chunk of his fan base. And he's probably starting to realize he was played, not just by the palace, but maybe by people closer to him than he ever expected. You almost have to feel bad for the guy. He's always seemed like he's searching for something, and somehow he keeps ending up in the wrong places. That said, let's be real, the royal family isn't exactly innocent in all this. They're masters of spin, and they're probably loving the fact that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are absorbing all the heat. It's a convenient distraction from their own problems. After all, Prince Andrew is still lurking in the background, and the monarchy's relevance is always up for debate. So, what does the future hold? I think we'll see Prince Harry quietly try to reintegrate into the royal fold. Maybe some charity work, a low profile, fewer interviews. And let's be honest, he'll probably write another book in 10 years, explaining his side of the story. It'll sell 1 million copies, dominate headlines for a month, and then fade into the background. Meghan Markle? That's harder to predict. Maybe she disappears for a while, then reemerges with a new project and a new image. Maybe she pivots into political activism or reinvents herself as a wellness guru. Who knows? One thing's for sure, she's not giving up. But the real wild card here is Tyler Perry. He's got the power now. He's got the receipts. He's got the reputation. And he's got the money. And in Hollywood and royalty alike, that combination is everything. He could stay silent and let everything fade away. Or he could drop another bomb, just to remind everyone who's really in control. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if he turned this whole thing into a movie. The Royal Exit. A Tyler Perry production. Can you imagine? It would be the biggest hit of the decade. And honestly, that's probably the most messed up part of all this. It's all become entertainment. Real people's lives. Real relationships. Reduced to gossip, leaks, and speculation. We're all sitting here watching the drama unfold like it's some kind of reality show. But here's the thing, these are real people. They're making real decisions with real consequences. And even though it's easy to get swept up in the spectacle, that's something we shouldn't forget. So yeah, the story is paused, but it's far from over. Not by a long shot. There are too many egos involved. Too much money at stake. And too many secrets still locked away in that vault. The next act is coming, and it's going to be a doozy. You can bet on it. And sure, I'll be here with popcorn, watching it all go down. But underneath it all, it's kind of sad, isn't it? That this is what it all came to.